I'm a man of habits. I'm a man of many habits. I wake up at the same time pretty much every day of the week. Weekends, weekday, doesn't matter. I eat pretty much the same thing for breakfast every day, you know? Sometimes I like to switch it up a little bit. Sometimes I don't. Pack myself pretty much the same lunch every day. And I play the same video games over and over again all the time. Elden Ring, right? For the last 2 years, I have pretty much just been playing Elden Ring. And I'll switch it up sometimes, you know, play something a little different every now and then. But I am a man of habits, possibly due to some, as of yet, undiagnosed neurodivergence. Who knows? Very possible. But the fact is, I don't branch out much. Munch? He said munch. I don't branch out much. And so when I do, it's usually because something feels very special, feels very exciting. It really gets my attention. And that thing recently for me has been Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 is so good that it has made me stop playing Elden Ring almost entirely for like the past week. These are just clips that I grabbed today, literally like 20 minutes ago. Grabbed these clips, did some random invasions because I just needed something to talk about. Dragon's Dogma 2 feels very special. It's got the infomercial stamp of approval, if that's something you want to put on a box, if you want to put that blurb on your video game box, on your physical release box. It's fun. It's great. If you've been following any of the news on it recently, it is a game that is very confident in what it's doing. It doesn't really hold your hand that much, makes a lot of decisions, and really like doubles down on those decisions, which is fun to see in an era where more and more games feel like they are being designed by committee and sort of sanded down to appeal to the broadest possible spectrum of people and players. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a very confident game. It knows what it is trying to do, and it knows that it is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and it's okay with that. And so that, for me, is kind of why it feels like it's not a Souls game. It's not a Souls-like, but it sort of has the same vibe as a Souls game to me. There's barely any fast travel, which actually put me in a situation today where I was playing it that felt like Dark Souls 1. You know, Dark Souls 1, famously, no fast travel, no warping between bonfires until the second half of the game. So when you do get it, it feels earned. But that first half of the game, all the way up until you get past Ornstein and Smo, until you're done with Anor Londo, every step that you take, you feel like you're going deeper and deeper into this world, and you are going to have to backtrack to get back to safety or someplace that you know. If you commit to going down a path or exploring somewhere, you're committing to coming back if it turns out that was a place that you didn't want to go. Also, check this out. Hit him once, hit him again with the Flaming Strike. It's like I drank the water of life. I drank the water of life, and now I can see the golden path shining for humanity, like the Lisan al-Gaib. They never expect you to hit the Flaming Strike twice. Just hit it twice. Anyways, so no fast travel, right? In the first half of Dark Souls 1, very little fast travel. Or it's a very carefully managed system of fast travel. You can't just do it for free in Dragon's Dogma 2. There's a limited number of places that you can travel to. And so every step that you take into this game, it feels like you're committing to something very interesting. Because if you want to go back to where you were before, you need to hoof it all the way back there. With your pawns, you need to go back through all of the stuff that you just walked through. So it feels like it's a game that is very intentionally... Look at that failed hibachi. What's he trying to do? What's he trying to do? Trying to be Saint Riot? He can't do it. So, what was I even saying? Dragon's Dogma 2 is a great game. It's a fantastic game, and I think that you should definitely try it out if you like Souls games. It is not like a Souls game, but I think it'll give you similar feelings, because it is one of these games that knows what it wants to do, very confident about what it's doing. Take a look at this invasion. These guys are just hanging out. We're in Lanedell. They don't want to leave their room. They're saying, "Mom, I don't want to leave my room. My stepdad's out here." My stepdad, who's the tree avatar, the Erd Tree avatar stepdad. And they just sit in there. And they sat in there for a few minutes, and I just decided to wait them out. And sometimes you just got to be patient, because people will just, the situation will solve itself sometimes, if you're just patient enough. You know what I'm saying? Here's a guy who wanted to do an honorable little duel. It's MF Doom. It's the MF Doom. Doritos, Cheetos, and Fritos. Something about, I can't think of any MF Doom songs off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But this is, again, this invasion is like Dark Souls 1, because look at the backstabs. They're just all over the place. Look at that. We had one backstab. That guy just kind of ripped that R1 button. Check it out. He's going to do it again. I go for the stamp upward sweep. He strafes. Backstab. We're locked on. We're strafing, and we're backstabbing. We unlock. Another backstab. We just can't stop. Folks, there's a crisis in our country. It is a crisis of addiction to backstabs in Elden Ring PVP on infomercial.com. And that's God's honest truth right there. Another thing I love about Dragon's Dogma 2, I love the world design. I thought that I wouldn't. It looked a little generic from the previews when I was first looking at it. It looked like Unreal Engine tech demo, the game. Look, he just tried to do it again. He was fishing for another backstab. It didn't look very varied and diverse, but it's actually it's a naturalistic kind of fantasy world, at least the parts that I've explored so far. Feels like you're going for a walk in your backyard, you know? And whomst amongst us doesn't like going for a walk in our backyard? I switched it up to the Flamberger here. Flaming Strike again. Because they don't expect it. They don't expect the second Flaming Strike. Maybe you could do a third one. Right? That's a joke. That's a little bit of a joke in the PvP community. The second R1 is a mix-up. The third R1 is also a mix-up. So is the fourth one. Because they don't expect you to do it. Because it's a dumb, bad thing to do. But look, he just does it again. One more time. There we go. Go play Dragon's Dogma 2. Bye.